relatively interesting game, especially with the dead team. So, looking forward to that. And hopefully they bring out some type of wacky strats. I don't know, something crazy.
I mean, you know what they say, a dead team has absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah, I feel you. That's what I was going for.
Except for, I guess, this last match. All right, real quick, because I think we're going to be going live soon. Let's hit up those rosters. I'll be taking Appel. The scout for tonight will be split. Rolling is playing Soldier. American is on Pyro. Right Justify is on Demo. Carson on Heavy. Yip Yapper himself on Engineer. Spork will be playing Medic. Smiles is Sniper. And Jaden is on Spy.
For the Man Crush Monday team, we have Jay on Scout. We have Bunny on Soldier. Minty is on Pyro. Ezric is on our Demo Man. We have Minnie on Heavy. We have Shay on Engineer. Shoutouts to my boy Couches on Medic. We have Watterson on Sniper, and we have Evil on Spy.
I can dig it. So we have already started. I do not see any crit strats coming on here. That is one thing that changed. I believe it was it the tough break update that changed that, where Mediguns charge very, very quickly. Well, anyway, it changed so that you can pop crits before, the round starts, throw up some crit stickies. Some teams have been doing that. Hasn't always been the most effective, but hey, if it works at least once, it's better than not having that opportunity at all. We do have the sentry we have mini sentries up on defense. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. And it's up on that sort of upper platform area where snipers like to hang out and where soldiers like to jump up. So we're probably going to see a bit of aerial denial, at least if we have any demos jumping in, trying to get that really hardcore bomb early off. It doesn't look like that'll be happening anytime soon. Smiles already getting headshot right away by Watterson. So that's a really nice entry pick right there for the defending team. And we're just sort of seeing a kind of holding back, not too many people pushed up, not too far forward. Spies are in position so far to, get some intel going. People pushing the cart, sort of trading stickies here and there, but nobody so far, other than that initial sniper pick, has gotten in. Here we go, double bombing, Soldier and Demo coming in, and oh man, and then he gets taken down there by Jaden, who's in a nice position to get that happen, and Right Justify actually got piped right out of the air by Ezric, so that's a really good thing, and we're already seeing a bit of a backup right here, and that looks like a really easy give up right there. Evil got taken out right there on the defending side. That's not too awful, but we're already seeing them give up that first point, which is kind of interesting. I haven't seen that happen in a while.
First point can be a very good defense, but you have to be a very good team to do it, and I don't think these are either two top platinum teams, so I'm going to agree with them backing up and getting this very aggressive second hold, which has been really dominated by DK. They've actually been famous for setting up the second hold, but as I said, that Couches go down to a nice pipe from Right Justify, and Watterson also goes down to a pick from Jaden, and we have a lot of frags going in for the blue team, and they're actually just going to completely wipe this Man Crush Monday defense on second point. Right now, we only have a scout running behind, trying to save his life.
Oh, sorry, Eva was in position to get that med pick right there, but it didn't quite work out. Spork remains alive with her Uber getting up there.
Watterson getting a pick onto Right Justify, so that's a demo man down for the Appel team, and that is going to delay their push just ever so longer as Man Crush Monday tries to set up the defense onto this third point, which is so difficult to push if the defending team really gets dug in there. And Watterson is peeking onto the tracks, just looking down into this main area where most of the time the blue team likes to hold, in the building. And you can get a lot of good snipes from there, but oh my god, an amazing surf from American. He just got thrown off all the way off of the roller coaster and surfed back on, so some very good skill coming out of American. But we do have the Appel team. They're pushing up forward, but Evil gets two picks onto Frogboy and the Heavy. Right Justify on Demo, they both go down. So that is an extremely weak combo, but Evil going crazy, gets a frag onto Americans, a 3 kill streak. And as I said, he declicks onto the sniper Smiles, and he picks up Smiles too! So Evil is going to get cleaned up by Frogboy, who's Carson. He's actually, really wish he would change his name, but Evil doing a lot of work right now for the Man Crush team as they solidify their defense with Shay. He did finally get his level 3 built, so looking very good for Man Crush Monday.
Absolutely. We do have a spy in position right here. Jaden is behind the entire defending team, so we might be able to see a sap coming out here sometime soon. It is kind of important to get that sentry down just because it really sort of looks over that entire point area. We do have Americans sort of 1v1ing the enemy team heavy right here. Soldier coming in here trying to follow up. That's not really going to happen. I mean, oh my god, they're both so lit. There we go, rolling. At least Summer finally gets taken by Bunny right there, backing up there. American gets taken down as well. That black box is really doing some work for the defending Soldier. But it does look like Couches does have Uber. Oh my god. Frogboy right there getting taken out by a stab, and Watterson picking up a nice second kill onto Yip Yapper, who's doing his best to push that cart right there. And oh my god, Sport getting headshot by Watterson. That is so good. She is down, and that means that is even more Uber for Couches to defend with. He's been sitting at 100% for quite a while now. It's going to take even longer for Spork Entertainment to be able to catch up to that. Wow, Evil just has Carson's number right now.
Yeah, Watterson's starting to heat up. He's on a 4 kill streak right now. He's getting a lot of good shots and getting some heals pumped into him from Couches, but Smiles returns onto a frag onto the Man Crush Monday Pyro. So it is a very, very good pick that's going to allow Appel to push without the air blast. And it looks like, Carson is going to go down on this left flank as well. So this is very good for Appel. They need to take down this level 3 sentry, and then they're going to be good to go. But we do have the Man Crush Monday Uber does get popped, and we have Yip Yapper on the cart inching ever so slowly over to this third point. He might be able to get this as the scout jumps on as well. They are getting ×3 onto the cart. We do have Smiles peeking up from behind. Watterson going to get a frag into Yip Yap, so the cart comes to a slow, but they are going to cap this third point, which is going to give them that forward spawn. And as they progress into the fourth point, we have Spork with a very, very large Uber advantage and a lot of frags going their way. We have a weak Appel team holding the upper. Couches only about 50%. Well, Spork does have it. We are going to have the Appel team. They're running into the upper right now. They have to find Couches. A great reflect coming out of American onto Bunny, and Jaden gets a frag onto Ezric as well. So Couches is actually still alive, trying to Ubersaw the Appel Pyro, and Couches is at 80% right now. He got out of that entire Appel Uber, and he is at 85% sitting with his team right now.
Really nice there, but it does look like the attacking team does have that advantage. They have control over that entire tiles area, and it's just really easy to stuff people throughout that area. Oh my god, people just going down right and left. American gets picked up by Mini. That would be the MCM heavy, but Split takes him out as well. And there is a 100% Uber on the defending side, so all Appel needs to do is sort of regroup, get that Uber going, and take Right Justify in to just demolish the opposition right there. And it does look like that's going to be happening soon. Spork is approaching, 85% Uber. We do have a bit of a hold going on here, but there isn't enough time to set up that level 3 sentry. We're back on those mini sentries for Man Crush Monday, and they're struggling to hold on to this point. People are just sort of flooding in little by little. Mini actually gets headshot right there, which is really nice by Smiles, who is sort of peeking in there through that choke area, having a soldier fight down below. Oh my god, American gets taken out, and the Uber finally gets popped out onto Minty, and also Ezra getting in there really deep, trying to get in there, finally forces that Uber out from Spork onto Right Justify, and oh my god, people just getting trapped behind here, right and left. Finally, the Uber does get pushed onto cart, and we are having people, oh my god, Evil behind, managed to take out Smiles with an ambassador shot, and we just have this heavy Carson pushing this cart like crazy. American doing a great job keeping the scout off of his heavy. Mini just got minigun down right there. Jay's down, Shay is done as well, and all we have to do is edge that cart into position. There are only a few people up. 3 people spawn on the defending team, and that is going to be a nice final push for Appel.
Textbook right there, man. Just straight textbook. Very, very good. They got the Uber advantage. After they got a force on to the Man Crush Monday team, I believe it was American, he kind of ran in there and threw his life away, but he did get the force out of Couches. And in return, they did pop the Spork Uber, but they did have a significantly better Uber, and they were able to clean up a lot of frags from Man Crush Monday, which let their heavy, I believe that's Mini, he just pushed the cart all the way. Sorry, let me get that correct. It was Carson just pushing the cart, shooting minigun bullets, and just getting healed from the dispenser, which is the payload cart, and he was just pushing it the whole time, shooting everybody that he could. And his team slowly crept up behind him and followed along, that powerhouse of a demo man just shooting stickies. And it was a very, very clean cap. And there was another reflect kill from American. I know you really like reflect kills.
Oh my god, I really do. They're awesome. And I think that was a bomb in trying to get in there, and American just roasted Bunny, absolutely. And actually, I'd kind of fight you on saying that the life is thrown away for that Uber. With that spawn advantage on the attacking team, it really doesn't matter if a pyro runs in and dies, because that Uber just takes so much longer. Here we go. Pushing out the gates. Both teams are up here. We do have a level 3 in the regular spot for Appel. It's going to be right up on that hill, so we're probably going to see a bit more of defense. And oh my god, big jump coming out here from Ezra, using that base jumper, just floating away on that parachute. He's not going to pick anything up, but he's going to be an excellent distraction for his team to get in there. Oh, Bunny gets absolutely roasted by the combination of Smiles, Yip Yapper's Sentry, and getting air blasted out of the way by American, who's doing a good job of protecting his team so far. Big shoutouts to him. Alright, here we go. It does look like we are getting a spy in position. Evil's sort of creeping around behind here. Maybe he's going to be able to get a stab anytime soon, but so far, neither medic has popped off their Uber, as this is on Uber. Rolling picks up a frag up there on Evil, who was, like we said, trying to get in position, not happening quite soon enough. And there we go, American picking up a frag onto Shea, the engineers trying to push up that cart. And right now, it's just trying to get in here. Jaden's down. There we go. Uber finally gets popped out, getting in there. Man Crush Monday, it's getting absolutely stuffed. Counter Uber gets popped out from Appel. It's just going to be M2 all the way across. Oh my god, please, please get the cliff. Oh, later Ezra gets air blasted off the cliff by American. Oh my god, that makes me happy. I'm content. Good job. Doing a great job. Oh man, Right Justified just got headshot by Watterson, so good job there.
American is an air blast master. I've never seen this name before, but I'll remember it from now on. He's just throwing everybody everywhere, and these frags for the Appel roster are just going so in favor for them. They're just destroying the Man Crush Monday offense. Couches, he did get picked, so he is currently waiting to respawn while Spork is building over by her demo man. She's at 55%, so they're going to have about a 50% advantage. I'd like to see maybe an offensive Uber, because they are winning the DM battle right now, which is upward first. Yip Yapper does still have his level 3 sentry gun, but it is heavily under fire. He needs to get it repaired before it goes down. He is hurt, but he is going to heal, but we do have a sap going on to the sentry gun. Is it going to go down from the spam rockets? Yes, it does. Gets destroyed by, looks like Shay's pistol, so that opens up a little bit of room for the Man Crush Monday team, but frags are going left and right for both teams, but it looks like the Appel squad is going to back up with Spork still alive, which is very, very good for them, and Couches is going to press forward. He has about a 25% Uber advantage, and they are slowly creeping over the hill. Ezra gets a nice frag onto Summer, who was trying to jump and get a frag onto Couches, but he was unsuccessful, and we do have a pause.
Yeah, that was a good effort by Summer, I think, who is rolling, correct me if I'm wrong, jumping in there, trying to get in, because Spork did have to pop her Uber to get out of there with her team alive. So it was a good effort, but oh my god. Yo, Rolling got air piped. It was disgusting. Ezra hit a really nice shot onto him. So we do have that pause going on. I'm not sure who that is quite yet, or what that reason is. I'm sure it's probably just an issue with connectivity from one of the players. But as we sit here, yo, this has been a really good time to hold so far, especially because MCM just gave up their first point so easily that previous round. And, you know, I don't know, 623, it isn't the worst time to push or to defend for. And so I really think that if Man Crush Monday manages to get through and just sort of push out here, they'll be able to maybe hit that last cap, but I'm not quite sure. We do have the unpod coming out here. We do have both... we do have Appel sort of holding very forward on the second point. We do have a level 1 sentry overlooking that tunnel area. Shay does get backstabbed by Jaden, who's behind. That is the MCM. Oh, big jump over here. It's absolutely... just roasted out of the air. Bunny, but Bunny managed to pick a frag onto Smiles, and Ezra got in there on the right Justify. The Uber did get popped onto that push, but Spork is going to make it out alive with her team. She almost has Uber. Big jump coming in here from Rolling, trying to get on that medic. Ooh! Bam! Couch is down, and Jaden gets a nice headshot onto Minty there as a collateral, so that's no pyro as well. And Spork has 100% Uber to defend this with, so that's really great. They really should be able to reset back up onto second and hold this area.
Yeah, Man Crush Monday, they did have a pretty good Uber, and they broke that forward second hold, but one problem is that they didn't push the cart up far enough, so even if they did clean up all this ground, they would have to wait for the cart to get to the next point, so it would have been a very difficult third point for them to cap. Watterson picking up a frag onto Smiles, so that is going to open up a lot of room for the team. Oh, actually, Watterson going off, he picks up Summer and Split. And Couches actually gets a frag onto American, so very Oh wait, there goes the pause. Okay, my game like stuttered for a second, but we do have the Couch's team and the Man Crush Monday. They are rolling this payload cart through. They have 2.5 minutes left to cap third and fourth. Couches has about 50% Uber advantage. He's at 90 over to Spork's 40. So we need. Oh my God, Couches is at 9 health, and he is actually going to live. Oh my gosh, he's sitting on the cart, getting healed from the cart. He's at 81 health, so he's still very weak. Needs to be very careful. But he does have 100% Uber, and it looks like they want to get ready and take this in. They are bringing Ezric, and they're going to Uber a solo onto him. He needs to pick up the sentry gun, and somebody needs to kill American, or else they're just going to get completely stuffed. And like I said, they did neither of those, so that Uber is going to go to an absolute waste. Spork is still alive, sitting back behind the wall. Sentry gun goes down to some spam from Ezric, but Spork pops her Uber into this Man Crush Monday team, who has absolutely no invulnerability, and Right Justify is just going to destroy everything with these sticky bombs. It's not going to be fun for the Man Crush Monday team.
All right, real quick update. It does look like we have a different heavy in. Carson/Frogboy is no longer playing. We have Blinksy in playing heavy. I'm not quite sure if that's an alias or not, but I'm just going to say that's Blinksy and be done with it. That was a really good push there with Yip Yapper going down. That sentry went down very easily, and he is up on mini sentries. There is no way for him to set up a level 3 in time to defend that. We had a big jump in here trying to get in by Bunny, but he's going to be mowed out of the air by, oh my God, just frags going right and left. Exric picking up 2 frags right there, doing a really good job taking down that sentry and taking that oh God, using that quick fix actually. So Couches is up on, oh, later, Smiles getting a nice headshot onto Couches, rendering that quick fix negligible, or the effect of that quick fix negligible, should I say. But that was enough ground gain to get that cap right there onto third for MCM. And actually, both medics are on quick fix right now, so that's interesting.
Yeah, quick fix attack and last can work if the other team isn't invulnerable, so I mean, they might be able to cap it. They do have 25 seconds left to push this payload cart. If they have ×3 on it the entire time, with 20 seconds left, it is going to be possible to cap, but it's going to be an absolute nail-biter. They can't lose one person off the cart. I'm sorry, they can't lose ×3 off the cart any time that they're pushing through here, but the Appel squad does have the upper right now, and it is going to be the end of this round as Man Crush Monday get cleaned up onto the carts.
A valiant effort right there by Man Crush Monday, trying to push in there. They had their heavy out with the Fist of Steel, doing the best they could, but in the end, you just really can't do much against a team who has those spawns and has those players available to shoot at the cart, especially with your medic being so detached from what's going on, which was that necessity to push that cart forward. And that's just it. So here we are at half. Let me see if I can find some stats.
Ooh, I like stats. But going back, 6:23 cap time it's not like absolutely superb, but it's very good. And the Appel team not only had a good cap time, but they also looked like they were going to be able to get a good last defense as well. They were all bunched up in the upper, they were ready to go, and they had everybody that they needed up there when they needed them, so it probably would have been a very, very long time for Man Crush Monday to break that defense. And if they did, then they still had to cap the payload cart, so probably would have been a much longer time for Appel's defense. Pull these logs.
Yeah, checking out these logs right now, we have not been giving nearly enough credit to Split, who is leading both teams in kills right now with a big fat 16 frags going out here. And big shoutouts to Rolling or Summer and Right Justify for hitting out some pretty nasty damage, and with actually the soldier top damaging, which is kind of unusual in Highlander, but hey, if it works, it works, and they're doing an absolutely great job just jumping in there and constantly being on that flank and playing very well with Split.
Yeah, also Spork only died 2 times. Over to Couch's 7. So Man Crush Monday definitely needs to protect Couches a lot more, and Appel doing a good job of protecting Spork, being able to keep her alive and dishing out heals, and always having that Uber when they need it. So Man Crush Monday is going to need to protect Couches a lot more, like I said before. And I think if they do that, it'll definitely change the flow of the game. And with Couches going down, having to wait for him to respawn, having to wait for him to get back to the front line to build more Uber. It definitely slows down their pushing time and creates a bit of a slack on their game, where they're just always 1 step forward, 2 steps back, waiting for him to come back. So,
absolutely. And just one thing I noticed is that it just really seems like Appel is playing a lot, I guess tighter would be the word. They just seem to be a lot more coordinated than Man Crush Monday is, just sort of pushing, pulling, etc. It's just, I see so often Ezric is going in alone without his team on an Uber, and so many times it just seems like that's out of necessity. His team sort of collapses around him. And so I think that if Man Crush Monday really sort of manages to rally around those pushes a bit more and follow up just a little bit better, they might be able to pull out something better going on here. All right, right away we have Bunny up on that direct hit, trying to take down that early sentry, which is a mini sentry up on that hill coming out from Yip Yapper. So that's kind of interesting, but it'll allow for, I suppose, a more dynamic defense. You don't have to worry about not having a sentry whatsoever, put it in weird places. We don't have any frags coming out quite yet. We did have somebody get caught out right there. Bunny got absolutely roasted. Jay is down as well from Right Justified Sticky, and the Uber did get popped out from Spork. She did get forced right there, but she's going to stay alive. Ezric takes down, ooh, later Blinksy. Evo gets a nice backstab onto him. And so if I were Appel, I'd be looking for a really soft hold right now. A lot of the team is down. There is a spy in position. Evil is right behind Spork right here. Not going to be happening. Oh my god, Jaden got a really good pick onto the couches right there. Was that a drop? That was totally a drop. Oh, later.
yes, and then Evil comes back and gets Spork with a poke.
Oh my god, these spies are doing such a good job, and by a good job, I mean it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be a really easy first cap from MCM, where I thought for sure that Appel would be holding it for a lot longer.
Spork didn't die there. I bet you Appel probably would have held this second point for the entire rest of the game, but very, very good poke from Evil to get that first point, for not for free, but they are going to get the first point. Couches is going to have about a 20% Uber advantage. He's at 50 over to Spork's about 25, so we might see Couches push in here as fast as they can. Hopefully that they know that they have this small Uber advantage, and it is going to be enough where if you pull your scout in here and he hits some nice meat shots, you are going to get a frag on the Spork. You have about a 30% Uber advantage now, and we have a lot of harassment from Evil getting a 102, but it's not going to do too much. He is going to get cleaned up. Bunny also goes down to Yip Yapper. Man Crush Monday dropping, bleeding some players in their flank. Not very good for them, and they are going to have to wait for them to respawn. If those players did not bleed, they would have been able to push. Spork does not have her Uber yet, but Couches, he's super hurt, and he is going to go ahead and pop his Uber, but Spork sees this, and she's going to back up, and she's actually going to pick up her Uber as well. She's at 100. Couches is only about 20. He's currently trying to build it back, but we have an entire, oh my god, the entire Appel roster is running into the cave right now to try to find Couches, but I'm not sure where he's at. Looks like he backed up all the way onto first. This Appel team is just holding this mine shaft, but they are going to come back out with Couches only at about 40% Uber, and Spork has a very, very large advantage.
No, it was really good. Right Justified just went in there and Spork didn't even have to pop her Uber. He just picked up like 3 frags in that sort of right flank area and did a really good job right there. And Right Justified's been playing really far forward from his team, but he always knows when to back up. And it's, God, I've been watching him play forever. It seems like, oh, later Right Justify. Evil just ollies in there with a nice backstab. Smiles gets off the better on the sniper duel and also picks up a frag onto Shea. Both medics are at 100% Uber right now. Here we go. Soldier coming in from behind. Oh, later Minty gets a really nice frag onto Summer that would be rolling, but that is enough for both Ubers to be popped out and forced out into getting headshot by Smiles right there. Minnie getting taken down by Blinksy, and it does look like so far the Appel team is going to get the better of this Uber exchange right now, but they really have to back up and not lose too many players because, ooh, Smiles picking up that 4th kill onto Ezric. That is going to be so nice, but Watterson picks up that nice counter snipe, and oh, Evil comes in there, gets a nice black stab onto Blinksy. And we're just moving in here, and like I said, they really need to back up to avoid losing so many players. Oh my god, Spork's alone. There's a spy trying to butter knife her once more. Finally gets taken out. American saves her life right there, running back to his medic in true Pyro fashion. And so it does look like we might be seeing a second point cap right here, but we do have rockets being treated right around now. Yip Yapper still has as many. It is wrangled onto the point. Oh my god, Spork almost has Uber. Both medics almost have Uber. We're just waiting for that pop to get out here. And second, does get capped in the favor of Man Crush Monday, and Appel is going to choose to back out with their medic and their players and try and set up for something better. And ooh, nice headshot there by Smiles onto Jay.
Man Crush Monday pick classes are really carrying them in this game. Evil and Waterson are both doing so well, and shoutouts to Evil. I've played with him a couple times in Silver, I've seen him rise through the ranks as well, so he's been doing a really good this game. And right now we do have Couches. He did get forced, and his Uber is going to fade as Spork pops hers right into the Man Crush Monday team, trying to clean up any frags of the camp. Couches does go down, so it's very unfortunate for them. Spork is still alive after her Uber, and she is sitting back with her team building, but we have a lot of frags down for the Appel team. We have Yip Yap. He's actually going over by the shit house, seeing if he can get any frags, anybody over there, but nobody to be found. Appel team is very hurt, and they are down numbers. So we have the Man Crush Monday team. They need to get this payload car up the roller coaster and over to this third point before Appel decides that they want to defend. They have enough time to choose whether they want to back up to last or defend third, because the cart is so far behind, but Man Crush Monday is fragging them, so it doesn't look like they have the choice anymore, as they have to wait for their team to respawn. We have Yip Yamper. He's still running mini sentries on last. That's not... I would probably switch to Wrench. You do have more than enough time to build a level 3 and get your combo over to the tiles of the upper area, which is where they are right now.
Really big shoutouts to Ezra, who's doing a really good job of just sort of moving forward, getting 2 nice picks onto both the Appel Heavy and Demo. Here we go! Uber does get popped out from Appel's side on the tile area. They're not going to be able to pick up anyone. Blinksy does get Bunny, but that is a pretty classic defensive Uber, and Blinksy gets taken down by Minty, that pyro wielding that shotgun. They are really good with it, I'm just saying. Jay gets a nice frag onto Split, and there we go. Smiles picking up that frag onto Waterson, which means it's going to be a lot easier for this team to defend. Sort of players all over the place right here. Jay does get taken down by American's flare gun, and we do have kind of a tentative push going on here. Couches has about 10% Uber advantage. Evil and Jaden, both spies are down. No, sorry, excuse me. Jaden is dead ringing behind right now, so I'm expecting to see something going on right there. And we do have Bunny sort of in this back area. Shea manages to get a pick onto Smiles, who's just a bit too far forward, and we are trying to get in here. Gosh, oh my god, that stab just came out of nowhere. Evil just, oh my god, just in the middle of the enemy combo managed to get Blinksy, which is really good. Not exactly the best pick on last, on defense at least, but hey, not having a heavy is pretty important. There we go, the Uber does get popped out from Man Crush Monday, chasing that medic and Demo. They managed to juke all the way out of there. That'll be Spork and Right Justify managing to make it out, but MCM has complete control of that upper tile area. And it's going to be absolutely crucial for them to get in there. Bunny is valiantly pushing the cart. Here we go, counter Uber coming out here onto Right Justify, and American getting in there, getting in on that cart, trying desperately to get some sort of traction right here. Waterson down, Jay down, Bunny down, Blinksy just mowing people down with that minigun in choke, and doing a really great job. Ezra finally taking out American, and oh my god, Couch is getting taken down by Rolling as well. Vinci down, Shea is down, and that, what almost looked like a shoe and cap for MCM, really turned into a really nice counter push from Appel.
When Man Crush Monday pushed up to the upper air, they didn't actually frag Spork. She was able to get out alive and build her Uber, and that Uber was probably the key factor in defending this upward last, as they did clean up a lot of frags with it. But as I say that, Smiles picks up a frag on to Bunny, so we have a kind of a weak flank over for the Man Crush Monday team. They're dropping a lot of numbers right now to this Appel defense. Split picks up a frag onto Shea. So we have Mini, he picks up a frag onto Summer, so frags are just back and forth for both teams. And I was checking out the snipers while you were going off earlier, and most of these snipers are so back and forth. Waterson, as I said, he does pick up a frag onto Split, so they have 2 picks for the Man Crush Monday team. The flank is down for Appel, so they might be able to get in maybe a different way that wasn't currently being watched before, but they are just going to go straight up the main staircase. They're going to pop her Uber. They need to find Spork, but as I said that, Spork pops her Uber right onto the Man Crush Monday team. American doing a very good job of stuffing everybody out that he can, but ooh, Right Justify, sorry, is going to go down, and the Man Crush Monday team is pushing their heavy up here right into the face of an American, and I know Pyros don't like heavies, but I say that, it doesn't matter. American just walking forward with that flamethrower relentlessly and just burning everybody on their staircases, and that is going to be almost a complete wipe for Man Crush Monday.
Yo,
But
while that happened, Jaden was behind him and totally picked up a nice backstab onto Couches, who went down in that exchange from, the opposite end of where he was looking. So it's good. Oh my god. Those are some nice directs onto Spork, who finally got taken down by a sticky from Ezric. So that is a good job right there. And that Uber advantage is completely stuffed. It does look like it'll be in the favor of Couches and the other team. Jaden gets a pick onto Evil before getting headshot by Waterson right there. And Right Justify is just doing a lot of work right here as the Appel combo. Blinksy sort of 1v1ing the sniper up here, manages to take out Waterson right there. And here we go. The MCM team is sort of jumping in here, trying to get something done. Rolling, just jumping in here. Right Justify also managed to pick up a pick onto Ezric, which is really big. Not having them to push last on absolutely sucks. And Minty takes out American right there in the collateral. So there we go. Uber does get popped out by Couches, and it's not really gonna pick up any frag at all. And oh my god, Spy coming in there, people trying to make something happen right there, but it's not gonna happen. Bunny gets, oh my god, Sport gets taken down with that, and oh wow, just flank, walking all over the place. These medics cannot stay alive. It is going absolutely gnarly right now, and they have been holding this point for a really long time. Ouch.
Couch was at 7 health right there after that sack from the Appel flank, but he is going to live through that suicide. He's at 50% Uber advantage, so that is very, very huge for the Man Crush Monday team. They might be able to finally count this point. I saw earlier Spork was alive on Quick Fix, but it looks like she has switched after her death. And we have, oh my gosh, Waterson just walking straight through, pushing the payload car all on his own, but he is going to get killed by Jaden. A nice backstab from him. And the Man Crush Monday team looks like they want to get ready to push. They do have 100% Uber. They have a 60% Uber advantage, so that is huge for them. They need to get in here, and they need to find Spork, who is playing extremely passively. In fact, she's already in the spawn door, so she is not going to die anytime soon. But as I say that, we have Evil picking up a frag onto Blixie, so that is a heavy down. Man Crush Monday needs to get in here. They have some frags, but they're also dying all of their own. Waterson goes down. Smiles gets a frag onto him, so that is a sniper down. So no more picks coming out of Waterson. He's been on fire recently, and Evil as well. And we do have Spork with 100% Uber. They have about a 50% Uber advantage over Couches. So hopefully they are going to be able to defend this point. Maybe get an offensive Uber if they get their eyes onto Couches. But he's pretty far back right now, hiding behind all of his combo classes.
It doesn't really make sense to try and do an offensive Uber, especially when you're holding last. So it's just, honestly, you're kind of wasting it, especially with how fast those medics spawn and how negligible an advantage it's going to give you. But both medics are approaching that 100% Uber now, right about now. And here we go, Couch is popping out and Sport popping out, sort of in retaliation right here. That Uber v Uber, American gets taken down really fast, and oh my god, that was a nice surf by Blinksy, managing to save his own life, getting back there on by the crate and eating that sandwich. So that was a really nice push, trying to get in there. Minty was doing a really good job of trying to push everybody into the pin, but it didn't quite work. Oh my god, right behind, later, Evil manages to whiff a stab and then get that backstab onto Spork, so good job from him, and that is going to be really nice, with both teams evening out those Ubers once more. And here we go. It does look like you have a decent amount of people able to defend right here. American is on that cart. Minty is down. They're trying to push that all on their lonesome. Ezric is trying to regain control of that tile area, and here comes Couches on the quick fix, reading back up with his demo and demo and soldier. Evil does get taken out right there by Yip Yapper's sentry, which I believe is still a mini sentry. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of course, Smiles is on a 6 kill streak. Thank you. Smiles is on a 6 kill streak right now, so he's just going absolutely nuts. And Waterson has not been able to get a really decent angle on that. It does look like Couches is approaching Uber right about now, and it does look like they're going to be pushing up that back staircase into that tile area. Jaden gets taken out by Shea, so that's a pretty nice pick right there. They don't have to worry about a spy coming up from behind, and American gets down as well, so there's nobody to deny it. Not that it really matters. It is a quick fix. There we go. Coming in there, Rolling gets taken down. Yip Yapper gets taken down, not before he manages to get Jay with a Frontier crit, but that is not going to be the best push coming out here. There's enough people coming down, and wow, it's a lot of heavy clots down. Ooh, Jaden gets a nice stab onto Shea, dropping down from that upper area, and it does look like it's only Minty trying to push this cart alone. The spy uncloaks behind them, not going to be able to get anything, but it distracts the entire team enough that Minty stays alive and manages to air blast them off the point, give their team a lot more, gosh, Leverage coming in here and manage to maybe get that cap. Oh my god, here comes Blinksy trying to piss the steal onto the cart, and it's just Minty trying to push this valiantly, rolling, jumps up, tries to shoot that, make that happen. Waterson gets a nice headshot onto him, and oh my god, it is just so scrappy. Spy decloaks right on the point, doesn't manage to get anything. Mini doing a really nice job of cleaning people up. Wow. What a scramble.
Oh my god. I thought for sure right there Jaden was just gonna uncloak and kill everybody on the team. I was like, no.
Yo, that is a defense time of 14 minutes and 32 seconds.
That is
a long
time. that might be one of, if not the longest time I have ever seen, but nonetheless, they did cap last. So they are going to be able to defend all the way to last. So Appel is going to have to cap the entire map to win, although they have 14 and a half minutes to do it. So
I don't know. It seems like a tall order. I don't know if they'll be able to get it.
I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for Appel. As I really feel like they're playing as a much better team over than the Man Crush Monday team. They're more coordinated. And it looks like they have like just better, smarter players who are all playing their role much, I guess you could say, more smart than the other team, and it's definitely showing. Although, yeah, Jaden and Smiles have also been doing a lot for Man Crush Monday, as well as Evil and Watterson, as I said before, for the Appel team. So both of the teams, I just got this completely backwards. Excuse me, but yeah, as I said, both the pick classes for both teams have been very, very excellent. So good job on them. Jaden frag onto the sentry gun, and as well as Watterson. So it's a sniper down.
Oh my god, that was such a good play. Wow, I'm so sorry.
Couch's Uber did get forced, so Spork and the Appel team are going to roll this payload cart completely through this first point. 100% for free, as Spork does still have 100% Uber. They need to get their butts up this hill and meet this Man Crush Monday team and pop their Uber and hopefully get a frag onto Couches, which is what they're looking for, but Summer gets a frag onto Bunny, and Spork is going to get her Uber forced from some Knights sacks from the flank of Man Crush Monday.
Couches rolling just jumped all the way in off the tail of that Uber and just roasted Couches with two really nice rockets. Oh my god, that was such a good play. Especially because that just eliminated any sort of Uber advantage Couches would have had. I'm so sorry. It does look like Appel is playing this really nicely and really aggressively. I just like the way that they're moving forward, hopping from spawn to spawn, making that happen. Oh, later. Blinksy heard Evil Decloak right there and defended his medic very well. And so we are having that nice ×2 on cart. We are having that super good forward hold. Spork has that 50% Uber advantage. And they're probably just going to roll this right to last, honestly.
Yeah, they've had ×3 pretty much uncontested since the beginning of the match, and right now Spork, she does have a very, very large Uber advantage. It's about 40 or 50%, and the Man Crush Monday team has a very aggressive third-point defense right here. The entire team is just playing on the roller coaster on the tracks, and Spork, they do still have 40% Uber advantage, so they need to get their butts in gear and start walking forward here, as they are going to easily force out the Man Crush Monday team. As I said, Spork pops her Uber right justify, shooting a lot of sticky, seeing if he can get anything done with those. And we have a heavy here just shooting as many minigun bullets as they can over into American to shut that down. Watterson picks up a frag onto Split, so cart's going to be a little bit slower. As I say that, the cart comes to a complete stop as Yip Yapper goes down. And the Man Crush Monday team, they do clean up the Appel offense as well, and Sport goes down.
Yeah, really choice pop right there from Couches. After that Uber got popped out, they managed to keep Couches alive, get his Uber, and just completely wipe this, Appel team right off that cart. American does get taken down by Bunny, but not before also getting the flare onto Bunny. That nice fadeaway shot that is so nice to get us a pyro. Sort of that revenge kill right there. Oh my god, Evil butter knifing right justified to death is going to be really nice. And we do see Split trying to run around here, trying to make something happen. And we do have a level 1 actually up on the tracks area. Oh my god! Later, Sport gets taken down. Oh my god, Evil going absolutely crazy, getting that 4 kill streak right there. And the Heavy actually gets taken out as well. Oh wow, that is Oh, wow. That is another 100% Uber advantage for couches, and it looks like they might be able to hold this point for a lot longer than we expected. So that is absolutely wonderful. Just, oh my god. Wait, is the heavy different? Is the heavy different on Appel? Am I missing something? Did they have to switch out
They
heavies?
changed their name.
Okay, Blinksy. Thank you.
And Shay does have a level 3 up on this third point, so that's going to do a lot of area denial, especially over by that shit house. But we have a nice bomb coming in from Summer, who does force out the Uber from couches, so Spork's going to have a very, very large Uber advantage. She's building in the house right now. She's going to have about a 70% Uber advantage. Ooh, looks like we might have a pause. I love pauses.
Don't I as well. Pauses are just absolutely great. And, we do have, I think, did Evil crash out? I am not quite sure, but we are waiting for that to go live once more. And as we wait, we do have Spork with a lot of Uber advantage, about, 70%, give or take like a single percentage point. So that's pretty good, that's for sure. And, oh, here's something I didn't get to mention. The one round that was the 14-minute cap time, the pushing team, Man Crush Monday, their top fragger was actually Minty, the Pyro. So that's really saying a lot in terms of A, how well Minty was doing, and also B, how much of a struggle that final push was and how well Appel was defending it. But we are having a really nice defense coming out here from the Man Crush Monday squad. They do have a level 3 Bill up on the point. That is going to be Shay's work right there. But really just need to focus, just pump some heals onto their power. We're probably going to be seeing a push from Spork fairly soon. This pause does seem to be going on, so there must be some sort of connection issue with the player. So yeah, Mario, quick question: what does MCM need to do to pull this out for 14 minutes?
They need to defend this third point. I mean, both third and last on Upward are very, very good holds, but I'm an avid fan of the Upward third hold defense, and Man Crush Monday is doing it right now. They're playing the Uber advantage, although Couches did get forced. They're going to have to play smart here, and they're going to have to protect Couches. And as they do that, the Appel offense is going to slowly creep up to this cart, and Man Crush Monday is going to have to identify that they're doing that and clean up the cart pushers, the engineer and the scout. And they're going to have to protect Couches at all costs. If they do that and they play smart with their Uber advantages and or disadvantages, they will be able to hold the third point. But if they do fail, they are going to have to back up very decisively and make sure that they don't drop any numbers when they're backing up, because I see a lot of teams, when they decide to back up, some people in their team are just like, well, I think I might want to get this one frag, and then they die for it, and then they bleed numbers, and the attacking team just cleans up all that extra free ground. So Man Crush Monday, if they do happen to lose this third point, they're going to have to go back to fourth. They're going to have to take the upper, and Shay is probably going to want to go level 3s. I believe he was on minis for the whole last defense that they had, I believe. So the level 3 will also shut down a lot of that track and cart presence.
Yeah, Shay is already on level 3, so he has that going for him at least. And I think another thing, that Man Crush Monday really needs to do is just make sure Borg can't either stay alive or can't connect to her team as well as she's been able to. They really need to take advantage of the fact that Yip Yapper likes to push, not Yip Yapper, a holdover from a long, long time ago when I played with Yip Yapper on a team and he was demo. That's ancient history. But when Right Justify likes to push ahead a lot further than maybe his team can back him up sometimes, but he always manages to make it out, so they really need to punish him a lot more. And I really want to see Bunny and Jay doing a lot more work as well. It does look like Bunny was sort of getting stuffed by American for quite a good deal. And so if they can manage to pick American as well, get Watterson buffed up, make sure he can counter-snipe Smiles and just sort of turn that tide, I think that'll be a really good advantage moving in there, because American's always been really good on pushing in with his team on those Ubers and making that happen.
Yeah, American, like I said before, I've never seen his name before, but he's doing a very, very good job tonight with his frags, supporting his team. So definitely a big shout out to American. He's a pretty good player. But looking over at the Apple side, they're rolling right along here. And I think Smiles is probably going to need to pick up some frags, but as I dilly-dally, we do have an unpause, and we have the Couches and the Man Crush Monday team slowly building away. Unfortunately, my HUD is broken, so I can't tell you his exact Uber percentage, but Watterson, it's a frag on to Jaden and Ezric. It's a frag onto Smiles, so very good frags for Man Crush Monday, but Apple does pop their Uber and right justify. Oh, he lands on the carpet, gets sniped right away from Watterson, so very good shot. And the Apple team is slowly taking a lot of damage and dropping frags. The Heavy is going to get cleaned up. I believe that's Shine who came in for the previous Heavy. And Watterson picks a frag on Jaden, who was pushing the cart. And Man Crush Monday just playing very smart right now. They need to protect Couches and let him build his Uber back. And they need to find Spork and get a frag onto Spork so Couches is able to maintain his Uber advantage.
Oh, for sure. They really need to get a sack coming in. We do have Rolling. That'll be Summer hanging out in the shack right over here, sort of waiting for that opportune moment to come out and strike. And also, big shoutouts to Bunny for actually running that buff banner and giving his team that edge to sort of get in there, stave off that enemy defense. Smiles takes down Watterson right there, so it's a pretty nice snipe, and American's getting really aggressive on this flank side on the left. Uber does get popped out, Couch is going to get in there, and down goes Spork. Ezra gets a nice sticky onto her and Domination. That's really nice, and it does look like, there we go, Rolling does get caught out as well inside that shack, and Evil picks up a nice backstab onto Blinksy, now aliasing as Shine, who is that substitute Heavy who came in for Carson. Evil also gets a nice headshot onto Smiles. Yo, Evil has been going absolutely nuts this second half. Oh my god. Both spies actually. Also American guy, Couches and Ezric. What is going on here? A Pyro should never be able to get in that close, but you know what? Hats off to you. Thank you so much for that. And with Couches down and Spork approaching 30% Uber, they should be able to roll this cart right into home, baby.
Apple slowly pushing away that cart. There's a lot of frags coming from both teams. Summer is down for Apple, but a lot of respawns are coming for Man Crush Monday. And as I say that, we have Shay with a level 2 trying to slowly wrench that up to a level 3. It'll provide a lot of extra defense for the Man Crush Monday team. Unfortunately, my HUD is still broken. I'm trying to find the medics. We have Spork with about 90, I think that was 98% Uber, so she's going to have it very soon. And we have Couches. He's only at about 50%, so Spork has a very large Uber advantage. Looks like they are choosing to go up the main staircase to upper. So they're actually just going to Uber into nothing. I don't know why they Ubered so early. I guess that they thought they were there, but right, Justify is going to walk into the pit and die. So it's a demo man down. That's so bad for Apple. And we have Rolling getting in with his rocket launcher, trying to clean up frags onto the engineer of the Century, but he's going to get cleaned up. And it's not looking very good for Man Crush Monday. They lost so many people on that push, and that was one of the worst Ubers I've ever seen in my life, by the way. I don't know what they popped their Uber into. I guess that they thought that they were up there, but it's some very bad comms, and Right Justify also dying again. So not very good for the Man Crush Monday team.
Yeah, waiting to get this force off onto Man Crush Monday. We do have Apple pushing in. Spork is at about 80% Uber, so that's not too bad of a foul, as, you know, Uber builds fairly quickly. Bunny actually getting that pick onto American, winning that 1v1 right there with the aid of the black box, so that is pretty nice going on there. And Jaden gets a nice pick onto Watterson, so that's no sniper watching. And we do have the defending team up here in the tiles area doing a really good job of holding this, being aggressive. And here we go, Spork pops off her Uber really early, and it does look like, yep, Couches is able to make it, but oh my god, we have Jaden pushing the cart while these people Uber up in tiles. Oh my god, just last second Ezra just jumps down here. So manages to pick up that nice frag onto him, but oh my god, you know, for a hot second I thought that Jaden was for sure able to maybe sneak in behind there and get that spy cap, but that's not happening. We're actually seeing the count angler come out from Summer. Watterson gets taken out by a charge shot right there. Maybe he's going to try and disable the sentry, get his team to get in there, and he's just continuing to do that. The sentry is disabled for a good while. It's being hit valiantly. Spork is approaching Uber once more. Blinksy is trying to move in here. Gets, backstabbed by Evil coming in here. And Minty picking up a frag onto Jaden with that crusty shotgun.
On the cart.
Oh my god, trying to get in there. Oh my god, that was so close. But that level 3 is just really persistent, and it doesn't seem like Appel is really in a position to take that out. Spork does have 100% Uber after Uber sawing Evil. Not that she really needed that much to build. And so we are just trying to get in here, trying to make this happen. They have about, 5 minutes left to cap this final point. Something has gone seriously wrong if Appel isn't able to do it. But hey, I mean, whatever. Bunny gets on a 2-kill streak right there, manages to take down Yip Yapper on the flank right there. Oh my god. That Cow Mangler, that'll be rolling, just trying to get in there and make that happen. We do have Evil behind, sort of in position to get caught out by Right Justify, who knows he's around. And here we go, both medics aren't 100% Uber. Right Justify coming in here. Oh my god, that late pop onto the heavy right there. And Right Justify, the sentry gun finally goes down by Blinksy. There we go. Evil finally gets a nice backstab onto Summer right there. That'll be rolling coming in here. And Blinksy doing a great job of pushing this car right here. Couches pops onto his Pyro, and Soldier coming in here defending that, and Shay actually gets a nice frag with that Widowmaker onto that heavy that was onto cart. Both medics are still on Uber, and it's going to take a while to get the sentry built back up again. There is a mini sentry now. No more level 3s for Shay, and oh my god, Watterson getting that nice Kukri pick onto Jaden. Good job right there. Mini taking down Split on the side. American taking down Mini. People are just sort of vying for position right now, but it does look like there's significant advantage right here in the form of Appel. They have control of that entire tiles area. They have the height advantage. They should be able to span this out here. Oh my god. American trying to push that in there, but Ezra getting a nice sticky onto him sort of last second, making sure that's not going to get in there. But really, the cart only needs to be touched for a few seconds before it falls back into that pit. So both teams really need to just set back, breathe, consolidate, make something happen, and then boom, Watterson got that pick onto Right Justify, which will hold off a bit of that frenetic energy for now.
It was an insane shot by Watterson, just cleaning up Right Justify as he jumped right at his face. But Spork gonna have about a 15% Uber advantage. I'm not gonna be able to take any advantage of it, as Couches is at 98. Oh my god, he's at 51 health. He might die here, but he does click over to those last 2 percentages, and he does pop his Uber. But they are running away from the cart. They need to defend it. A lot of frags going in the way of Man Crush Monday as Appel drops 3. Right Justify goes down. There's a lot of pushing power down as their demo man is dead. Spork does respawn. She has a small Uber advantage, but not going to mean very much. Summer gets a frag onto Watterson. It's a sniper down. It's going to allow Appel to aggressively peek this main door. They need to get in here and get onto the cart. There is a heavy trying to pressure his way through, but Jay picks up a frag onto Blixie. It's a heavy down for Appel, but Red Justify is up, getting healed by Spork, but he's getting completely destroyed by the flank of Man Crush Monday as they clean him up, sitting dead in the water. But Man Crush Monday is down so many people right now. The Appel team is pushing the cart. There's a scout and a pyro and an American trying to gloriously push that cart over to the tip, but oh my god, Smiles picks up a frag onto Couches.
Oh my god,
so good. And Spork is at 90%. She almost has their Uber. They might be able to cap this right here. We have Red Justify solo manning this cart. There's so much spam right now. There's a Girardi out right now. Spork picks up her Uber. She's going to use it to save Right Justify. And we have Blixie just mowing down the enemy team of Man Crush Monday. And Appel is going to finally cap this last point.
Oh my god. Big shoutouts to the pit being on a 6-kill streak, actually.
You've been counting?
Yo, it glitched out and it showed up in my game.
The pit has a kill streak?
Yeah, dude. Same as with that Halloween map where, like, the error name of the lava has a kill streak. So that is going to be the final and decisive cap for Appel, which means the dead team takes this game. And
might not be so dead anymore.
No, I did hear that it was confirmed absolutely. Ding dong, witch is dead. Dead is a Doordale, dead. But, I mean, who knows? TF2 is a very finicky esport, you know? Might not be.
Yeah, you can build a team out of just about any 9 players nowadays.
Wow.
But, very, very good teams coming out to play tonight. Shoutouts to the pick classes for both teams. Doing an exceptional job. Shoutouts to Evil, going absolutely huge. and Waterson, everybody else. We have Smiles and I don't have the last name written down. I'm so sorry. But all of the pick classes, you guys were awesome. Thanks for a fantastic game. And Spork, she played very, very well. Able to keep herself alive, able to dish out the heals to the right people exactly when they needed them. So very, very good play from Spork.
Absolutely, definitely some great calling going on there, except for that one Uber. Let's not talk about that one Uber. You know the one we're talking about. But yeah, absolutely. I was kind of hesitant about casting this game knowing that Appel was going to be a dead team, but I have been very nicely and very pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad I got to see Appel play before their official disbanding of season 19. So big shout outs to both players right there. And big shout outs to American, who's been a really big help in terms of rosters and all sorts of that junk in preparation for tonight's cast and some other casts as well. And I gotta call out my boy Yip Yapper. We played together once in sixes. You might not remember me. It was a while ago. So yeah. Any last shout outs, Mario, before we go?
Shout outs to Bobby the Babs. That's all I got.
All you got? All right. Well, thank you so much. Big thanks to both teams. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, Jeeringsole, for being our lovely cameraman once more. Before we go, just a little bit of last-second stuff to clear up. If you want to check out the VOD, VODs are now being uploaded to EVL's YouTube, not X-Times or not EXTVs, so be sure to drop us a subscribe and a follow on there if you want to support your casters, pick up a shirt. Shirts are available for me and Deer. Proceeds go to us directly. Help us do what we like to do, which is talk about video games for you. And also EVL snapbacks, all sorts of merch. Check out some website changes should be happening in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. And I hope to see you next Monday. We're going to have some more Highlander for you in a week. So thanks, everyone, and good night.
Take it. I want you to shut that door. Nobody's going anywhere. Don't you fucking move. I said don't you fucking move. I want everybody over in that corner right there. You better drop your money, drop your change, drop those cards, baby. You act like you're not scared, like you got no fear. I can taste it, man.